Busy Lafayette intersection is getting a four-way traffic signal. The city opened bids Tuesday for the signals at Creasy Lane and Bonlieu Drive. That's at the entrance of the Lafayette YMCA. It's a little more than 500 feet from the intersection of State Road 38 and Creasy Lane. City engineer Jeremy Grenard says traffic has increased since the YMCA opened in December of 2018. Grenard says traffic slowed during the pandemic. However, it has picked up since things started opening back up. He says increased traffic and the possibility of new developments in that area prompted the decision.
We're going to see more traffic on the side street there, and so that traffic issue during the peak hours is only going to get worse.
Grenard says the signal should be installed and operational in about 4 months.
At 5 o'clock, a new Head Start program in Lafayette will provide child care services for the families of seasonal and migrant workers arriving in the summer. East Coast Migrant Head Start project is opening a location at the Jefferson Center at 619 North 9th Street. The services are free and provided exclusively to children of seasonal and migrant workers. Rosalinda De La Torre is a family health coordinator at the new Lafayette location. She says the services are crucial for migrant workers who don't have or who don't know or have nowhere else to send their children while they're at work.
So these children are being taken to the fields, and so that's where we come in to provide those services so that the children are not out in the heat with their parents while their parents are working in the fields.
East Coast Migrant Head Start project is taking applications for both students and teachers. They offer services for children 6 weeks old up to 6 years old. Well, dog owners may want to keep count of how many cicadas that their pets are eating.
News 18's Marvin Bills reports how dangerous the creepy crawlers could be for man's best friend.
Our pets enjoy treats, and for some, that may include a cicada. But pet experts say in this case, too much of something good could be bad.
Cicadas are not toxic themselves. The problem is that they have an exoskeleton like all insects do.
Dr. Pamela Jackson with Creekside Animal Hospital is talking about these, the shell left after the cicada has hatched.
That can irritate the stomach lining, and we can certainly get gastritis, which means inflammation of the stomach lining, which might result in vomiting and or diarrhea.
Dr. Jackson says it could be the result of a pet excessively eating the exoskeleton, but if you find yourself in a situation where your pet has eaten too many,
Bland diet, maybe take away their food for 12 hours, give the stomach a chance to rest, and then bland diet, which might be a combination of boiled rice, cottage cheese, those kind of things. And certainly consult with your veterinarian as to what kind of bland diet they might recommend.
She says too much vomiting could lead to dehydration.
You could get perhaps even a fecal impaction if you had too much of that, chitin, the material that causes the exoskeleton, bulking up the stool. You could get constipation as well.
1 or 2 crunchy cicada shells may not hurt, but too many could be a problem.
If you do find your animals really interested in those, maybe keeping them in the evening when they're a little more active.
Lafayette, Marvin Bills, News 18.
Dr. Jackson says exoskeletons from grasshoppers, Japanese beetles, and June bugs also pose similar threats. Well, parents say they've had enough of an ongoing bullying issue at Lafayette Sunnyside Intermediate School. Find out how it's impacting students' mental health.
And a live look outside where once again the humidity has been the story of the day. Chad's back to tell us more about any chances for rainfall tonight next on News 18 at 5. For some people. I'm on the one that's on my chair. I'm on the one that's on my chair.
watching News 18 at 5. News from where you live.
A Lafayette woman is recovering after being hit by a Jeep while she was gardening in her own front yard.
A warning for viewers, this video may be hard to watch for some people. Take a look at this video from Kathy Meisner's doorbell camera. Around 6 o'clock Saturday morning, Meisner was watering her flowers when a red Jeep Compass jumped the curb and pinned her to her flower bed. Kathy was able to hobble inside to call someone, but the driver of the Jeep drove away without calling the police. According to Kathy's son, she is back home, but with one broken leg, and her other leg has multiple cuts and stitches. Police say the Jeep is a 2001 to 2006 Jeep Compass, and the driver is a white man in his mid-50s. If you have any information about this vehicle or suspect, you're encouraged to call Lafayette Police. Issues of ongoing bullying at Lafayette Sunnyside Intermediate School have been a topic of concern for years.
Parents say what's happening there is getting out of hand. The root of their frustrations stems from bullying incidents continuing even after they've been reported. The parents say their kids often come home complaining about the same bullies bothering them. That's even after teachers have been informed. We spoke with school leaders and found out that they do have an anti-bullying protocol. However, these parents feel like that's not enough. Most of the parents report seeing a negative impact on their children's mental health because of the bullying. Sunnyside 5th grader Ann Lynch is now in therapy after what she says she's experienced.
I love going to school. I love seeing my friends and like having fun with my friends. But the bullies get in the way of having fun. The teachers say school is your getaway. But for me, it's not my getaway. Home is my getaway.
Lynch claims she's experienced everything from verbal to cyber and even physical bullying. Coming up tonight at 10 and 11, you can catch the full special report right here on News 18. We'll also be reporting how the school is responding.
And now, your Precision 18 forecast. News 18. Weather from where you live.
We've had a scattering of showers and storms around today, but right now a little bit of dry air aloft and a little bit of sinking air is coming in from the east. That's why we've kind of cleared out this wedge of no rainfall occurring in the heart of the viewing area right now, though we still have a few showers and thunder showers here in the far northern part of the area, and we've also got a few down here in the far southwest, west of Covington, but those are moving westward. Now, getting into the evening, a few more may develop back here as this air isn't as dry a few thousand feet up, and there's a little more rising air motion kind of pivoting in from the east. So a few more showers and storms may pop this evening, and keep in mind with the vorticity or the spin we have, the tropical air mass, the low pressure, and the low cloud bases, can't rule out a little rope funnel or an isolated land spout. We've had reports of those north of Fort Wayne and also over parts of south central Illinois this afternoon. And had one touch down south of Bloomington yesterday with a little minor damage. 77 at 11 o'clock tonight as any showers and storms diminish with time. Winds light out of the east, and that continues right through the overnight hours. Maybe an isolated shower lingering, otherwise just some clouds around. There are the lows tonight. Still muggy, running 68 to 73. Tomorrow, another very warm day, even hotter than today. 84 to about 91. Mid 80s in the east, hotter as you go westward with heat indices around 90 to the mid 90s. And finally Friday, even hotter still. The 90s begin to come back in. Upper 80s Frankfort to Kokomo, but we're talking low, even some mid-90s from Lafayette and Williamsport up to Kentland, and also around Rensselaer, and those heat indices in the 90s to about 100 degrees. Now tomorrow, a shower or two in the morning, then a few scattered storms in the afternoon. Heat index to 97, a high of 90. Winds out of the east-northeast. Looking ahead towards the weekend and the very end of the week, a little patchy fog Friday morning. Otherwise, nothing more than an isolated shower or storm Friday. Cut the chances down. 93 the high, though, and with the heat index pushing 100 degrees. For the evening, again, a few spotty storms still possible. Anything will be isolated overnight. Tomorrow we bubble up a few more showers and storms. These diminish tomorrow evening, and the risk of a funnel tomorrow. Some patchy fog tomorrow night to Friday morning. Then to Friday itself, Any shower storm would be extremely isolated, and we look to Saturday. Boy, any shower extremely isolated, mainly just a mostly sunny day. And even though we cut the humidity a little bit next week, it's a hair cooler. Some intense heat back here will be on the move eastward. 7-day forecast, 81's normal. Notice 95 degrees on Saturday. Heat indices near 101 degrees. Maybe a small isolated shower. 92 on Sunday. Then it gets just a hair cooler, a hair less humid, especially cooler at night as well. Back down to 88 by Wednesday. But at the end of next week, not only may we get some severe weather, but we could be way up into the 90s once again.
And now your News 18 traffic report, sponsored by Tipmont REMC.
Well, traffic is moving along okay right now. We don't have any big downpours, just a few heavier showers and thunder showers up here for our northern part of the viewing area, but you got to watch these construction junctions we've got. Highway 341, we've got construction work underway between US 136 and Highway 28. And there's the additional construction up in the north, Highway 16 between 39 and Chapman's Drive. We've got lanes that are closed. We've got lane closures on I-65 and the Lafayette area as well. Just slow down in construction. Be careful out there. We want to get you home safe.
All right, Chad, thank you. A West Lafayette firefighter hangs up his hat after more than 3 decades of service. How leaders are honoring his time on the department.
And an artist hopes to inspire people with a new mural in West Lafayette. Find out what motivated him to paint wildflowers when we come back.
You're watching News 18 at 5. News from where you live.
The West Lafayette Fire Department is saying goodbye to one of its own.
Battalion Chief Bruce Sigmund is retiring after more than 30 years of service.
Today, the city of West Lafayette loses a great public servant as Battalion Chief Bruce Sigmund retires. Bruce Sigmund served the citizens of West Lafayette for 33 years as a firefighter with WLFD.
That was a dispatch heard across Tippecanoe County today, a moment of appreciation for Sigmund's years of service. During his time, he served in every rank available in the department. A ceremony was held at City Hall with co-workers and government officials, and he was presented with a flag to be flown in his honor over Fire Station 1. That's a department tradition extended to all retirees. Chief Tim Heath says anybody who serves that long needs to be recognized.
He's one of the guys that people have always looked to, and they've befriended, and they know that Bruce is he's just been a staple in our department for so long, and so we're going to be sad to see him go.
Heath and the department wish Sigmund the best of luck. They hope he enjoys some much needed time with family, especially his grandkids.
Best of luck to Chief Sigmund. A colorful mural can now be seen under the asphalt and traffic of Sagamore Parkway. Local artist Zach Medler, known as ZMED, just wrapped up his latest work. TAF reached out to NDOT with a plan after construction of the new bridge over the Wabash River finished up. The Tippecanoe Arts Federation and Medler had already painted murals on the older adjacent pillars. He then set out to beautify the new ones. The mural consists of native flower species. Medler hopes it inspires people to rethink their surroundings.
I'm painting a bridge pylon on North River Road in West Lafayette along the Wabash River amongst these woods. So for me, it's important to be able to either highly contrast against that with the robots or to enhance it and pull those things out with the flowers.
Medler painted a robot mural on the adjacent pillars in 2012. He says he was inspired to paint wildflowers after taking hikes with his young daughter. Medler says she loves documenting and naming the native flowers of Indiana. Taste of Tippecanoe organizers are looking for some help to make this year's event go off without a hitch. What you need to know if you're interested in volunteering, just ahead.
You're watching News 18 at 5. News from where you live.
Well, the Tippecanoe Arts Federation is in need of volunteers for the 2021 Taste of Tippecanoe. Event director Kyra Clark says they have a small number of people so far, but they need more to make the event possible. Clark says volunteers will work shorter 2 to 3 hour shifts. That's due to event changes because of the pandemic. She says she understands people want to enjoy summer events, but TAF needs people to step up as well.
We really want people to come out and enjoy the event, but we also need volunteers to make this event happen, you know. Volunteers are essentially the only way this event gets done.
The 2021 Taste is from 6 p.m. to midnight, Saturday, July 31st. You can find out how to volunteer on our website at WLFI.com.